What is going on, everybody? MisterGame&Wah here with a game result video of the Saints versus Packers game yesterday on Sunday, September 12th. I'm going to be honest. That game was unexpectedly a blowout to the Packers. Like, what? I'm just like wondering, how on earth did the Packers really lose, especially for Rodgers' career? This is his worst loss as a starting QB in his career. Like, whoa there. Other news for the Saints' new offense, with Jameis Winston being QB1, and they have like a couple new players. Oh yeah, also Traquan Smith had a hamstring injury, so he's benched for 1 week at least, hopefully. Well, other than that, they got Marquez. They had a couple new players I never got to see their faces before. Chris Hogan, Jawan Johnson. And they also put Dante Harris as well in the receiving part as well. So other than that, their offense was on a roll. Like, wow. That you never see how an offense is good before without the original players. Brings it better in the NFL usually. Like, wow, that is something right now. I have to just say that was a tremendous game, especially for Winston, for the whole Saints. And this defense with the Saints were on fire. Now they also had like a couple new players, one by rookie and the returning player as well, I believe. While everyone else has been the same. And thank God, Marshawn Lattimore, he had a questionable knee injury, and he was able to test out his knee to make sure he's good, and he's got to be in. So thank God. I felt like they could have done these great plays without Lattimore for some reason. So with him, however, it changed the whole subject. So what I'm basically going to do is read off the score and the stat results of how the scoring went out pretty strong for the Saints and how it went completely horrid for the Packers. So the score for the Saints in the first quarter was a field goal by 3. And the Packers had nothing for first quarter. Then the second quarter, while the Packers had a field goal, the Saints, however, was able to drive in 2 touchdowns with up to 14 points. Going to the second half, the Saints got 7 points for a touchdown, and the Packers had nothing. And then the fourth final quarter of the half, the Saints were able to drive 2 more touchdowns while the Packers had nothing. So, by 5 touchdowns plus a field goal, they were able to score 38. And the Packers had 3. That was a huge turnaround. That is just wow. The Packers really had an upside down, one lopsided game for their first season. Especially like they never had like one of their starters having a problem with injuries and all. They're all starting, like Devontae Adams, Marquise Vandal-Scantling, Alan Lazard, Robert Tonyan, my bad. A lot of great starters for the offense, and they only able to drive in a few yards, but not able to score. Like the defense, the Saints' defense was ready at some point, and then the Packers' defense, they kind of underestimated the offense, especially Winston, and they've been proven wrong at some point. So let me read off the stats on this game yesterday. So the Saints only had 60 plays. Packers had 52. In total yards, the Saints had 322, and the Packers had 229 yardage. For penalties for yards, I believe, they had 6 to 36 penalty yards, and the Packers had like 5 to 33. And then the Saints never had a single turnover, but the Packers which they had up to 3 turnovers by 3. Actually, 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. So, passing yardage, they had 15 out of 21 for the Saints, sorry. For the Saints, they had 15 out of 21 passes for 151 yardage. And the Packers had 20 out of 35 pass yardages, which they had up to 186. For passing touchdowns, they had up to 5 yardage. I believe 2 and a 3-yard touchdown pass. And then rushing yards, courtesy of my boy Alvin Kamara. And also, they had a new running back as well, which they had to, for some reason, they had to cut off Latavius Murray, which he's replaced by number 34, Tony Jones Jr. Now, I can see him as a flash. So, with him and Kamara, they were able to drive in 171 yardage for 39 run attempts. And then for Packers, they had 15 attempts up to 43 yards, which they have been stopped up front pretty hard by the Saints' defensive line. And then time of possession of the ball, they had 34 minutes and 36 seconds, while the Packers had 25 minutes and 24 seconds. For the Saints, they were able to convert first downs 22 times. And then the Packers were able to convert first downs 14 times. So with first down passes and rushes, for 22 on the Saints, they able to convert first downs from 10 passes, and for rushing yard first downs 11 times. And then the penalty first down mark was only by 1 time for the Saints to get an automatic first down. And then for the Packers, up to 14 first downs, they had 9 first down passes, 2 rushing first downs, and penalty wise, they had 3 to get automatic first down. So overall, the Saints' first downs were higher than the Packers. So, and now going over to the scoring of who scored what. So at 11 in the first quarter, Will Lutz has been injured as the kicker, so that is quite traumatizingly bad. But this new kicker, however, I don't know his full name, but let me just find the kicker on the players roster. If I can find it. Okay, I found him. So his name is Eldrick Rosses. So he is a new kicker for Will Lutz, and he wasn't that bad actually. So at the first quarter of 11 minutes, he was able to score a 44-yard field goal. And then second quarter at 14-18 is a 3-yard pass. Actually, I think it's not a pass. A handoff rush yard to Alvin Kamara, who scored a 3-yard rushing touchdown. And then extra point attempted by Roses. So that puts him up to a 10-point lead. Jameis Winston in the minute and 7, he was able to score a 1-yard pass to Juwan Johnson. He's one of the new players who went from a receiver to a tight end, I believe, for a touchdown. And followed by field point attempts, they were able to be at 17. And then at exactly before the second half ended, Crosby with 39 field goal attempts. The scoring at third quarter at 3:07, Jameis Winston completed a pass 10 yards to Chris Hogan, who is a receiver, by the way, a new player, I believe. So that went pretty good. And then followed by extra point attempt by Rosses. And then the fourth quarter, up to 14-54, a pass from Winston to Juwan Johnson from 8 yards, followed by extra point. I don't know why I screwed that up every time I try to say on the scores. But anyways, and then the final score in this second half, a fourth quarter at 10:46, Jameis Winston with a 55-yard pass to Dante Harris for a TD, followed by a extra point, which puts him up to 38. So that was the beginning of the tip of the iceberg without Drew Brees. And Winston was able to play just like him in that fashion. He earned that starting QB1, even though I haven't watched his pre-game scrimmage season, because pre-seasons aren't usually so important to me, at least for what I understand from everyone else. But no one else really tries in those preseasons, so and they end up trying really hard in the real season. So and that proves to be a lot that the Saints' offense was on a roll in on their first week of game. So that was a well done executing offense right here. So, oh, sorry. Anyways, Taysom Hill was able to get in some QB reps along with receiving as well. I believe he got like 1 reception. Let me go to the rushing. Okay, so rushing yard wise, Taysom had 2 attempts. Jones Jr. had 11. Kamara had 20. Woodson had 6 for rushing. That is. Receivings, Callaway was able to have at least 1. Dante Harris had 2. Chris Hogan at least 1. Juwan Johnson 3. Tony Jones Jr. 1. Kamara at least 3. Dave Montgomery at least 1. And Trotman at least 3. Which I thought he was able to score a touchdown, but no, it was actually Chris Hogan. So that was my mistake in my eyes. But defensively, the newest player, number 29, Paulson Abadio, who is a rookie, very, very talented rookie, was not only get 3 tackles, but yesterday's game he was able to intercept the ball right from the field goal range, and that was amazing. And then we also got another interception from Marcus Williams, who is the safety, I believe, if I can check. Yep, Marcus Williams. What a defensive game right there. I'm very stoked to see them intercept the ball, so that was pretty good. And every other defense was really on point. Even without Lattimore, I felt like they could have done just a little better, but still, with Lattimore, it was able to make a difference. The defense for the Saints was able to make a huge difference. So other than that, the defense did a really good job stopping the Packers offense, and they were on a roll, so that was pretty tremendous. That's pretty good. So, and then for punt returns, Deontay Harris, he had 1 return. For kicking, Rosas had at least 1 field goal. And then the new punter, I believe, or I don't know if I know some, but Killigan is the punter. He punted 2 times yesterday. So, overall, yesterday was a big turnaround for the Saints. That this is marks the beginning of a tip of the iceberg, like I said, without Drew Brees, and that was a big one. So, I don't know who could have done this without Brees, but Winston had to be the reason why. I would say that right now. Even him or Taysom Hill, but both are solid QBs, but Winston totally earned a lot on the spot, and he really did a good job on it. So that was a pretty good game yesterday for me. Sorry to drink my water, but other than that, that's going to be me. That's going to be my game report on the Saints versus Packers yesterday. I'm very happy for the first week. That turned out pretty strong. So next Sunday on September, let me take a look at my schedule again. I mean, the Saints' schedule. My bad. They'll be versing the Carolina Panthers at their field, so at 12 p.m. And this is going to be quite exhilarating to see how will they turn out against the Panthers, especially with Christian McCaffrey. The defense has to really come on a stop on their offense and see if they can excel on the offense pretty good. I mean, for the Saints to excel well in the offense against their defense. But other than that, we will see what will happen. Other than that, please, thank you for enjoying. Thank you for those who are stopping by for the report. If you love the video, please go ahead and share the love. Sub to me if you're enjoying this. And other than that, I'm very bad at the outros, so I'm just gonna say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my mock-up matchup. I will be doing the mock-up video for the Zombies versus the Panzers on Saturday before the actual game. Other than that, please enjoy. If you're enjoying this, please share the love. Other than that, I'm very bad at this, but other than that, you'll have a wonderful day, and thank you for those that are tuning in. Peace.